So now what we want to do is we want to get WordPress. The first thing is we've got to go into our htdocs folder of our default install of Xampp and create a new folder. And we're just going to call this simple WordPress. And we got to grab this and drag it in here. So they're both named the same. Just remember the top one is the one on our desktop and the bottom one is the one that's in htdocs. So now that I have that, I just got to go over here and say, hey, Dreamweaver, I'm sorry, Sublime Text, and I've got to fetch a package, WordPress, and WordPress is going to download and says, hey, where do you want to download it? Onto the desktop? No, I don't want to download it to the desktop. Where I want to download it is to the proper location, which is simple WordPress. So I like to just click on this icon, grab the file path, and drop it down here. And then I just hit enter, and then you'll see that it's getting it, extracting it, and pulling it into our folder there. And if you don't believe that it's there, we can just go right there and look, it's all there. So that is WordPress. So now what we need to do is go into the content, into the themes, and create our theme folder for this. And it's going to be simple WordPress. So I got simple WordPress, and what this needs is 4 files. So we're going to create them right now. Index.php. It also needs style.css, and they're the 2 required files for a theme. But we're also going to add header.php and footer.php. And the first file we're going to work with is style.css, and all we're going to do is go to our desktop copy of simple WordPress, go into assets, go into style, grab all of the Control-A copy CSS, and then come back over to ours and just paste it in there. So that's the first part. Part 2 and 3 is going to involve the header and the footer. And the header is going to be our index file in our desktop, all the way from the doc type, all the way down to the closing nav. Now we're intentionally not copying main content. What we're going to do is use that a bit later, but right now we're just going to copy that and drop that into header. And we're going to go into index and grab the footer and all the way down to the closing HTML and drop that into footer. So we've got the footer, and we want to make sure we save that. And the header, we want to make sure we save that. The style.css, save that, and index. And index is going to be a couple of calls to PHP functions specifically for WordPress, which is get header and get footer. So get header and get footer is going to pull that information out. Now what we need is what's going to go in between those two, and what's going to go in between those two currently is going to be this div main content. So if we drop that in here, then now we have our 4 pages. So that's where we'll stop for this video. In the next video we will get WordPress up and running on our local server.